Well, welcome back, everyone. I don't know if you noticed that I have a friend with me tonight, but this is Ratso. Say hi, Ratso. Hey, guys. Well, so Ratso, how you doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Well, so I heard you laughing earlier. Yeah, I'm so excited about our trip. You're so excited about our trip. Yeah. What trip? You know, the trip we're going on together. What do you mean you're going on a trip with me? How did you hear about my trip? I'm going to help. Okay, so when did this happen? Oh, just yesterday. So did you hear something and explain to me what is going on? Well, you said you needed help. Yeah, I did. I was on the phone yesterday with a client and I explained to them that I need someone to drive the car and I can film because we're going to do drive up videos. And uh, that was the help I was looking for. Well, I'm going to do the driving. You're going to do the riding. You want to drive and let me ride? Yeah, you don't want me riding. Why don't I want you riding? Well, because I get sick. You get sick when you ride? Yep. What about driving? Nope. So what happens when you get sick? Oh, you don't want to see that. What do you mean you don't want to see that? It sounds like this. Gross. Oh, come on. That's ridiculous. You're crazy. So I can think of a number of reasons, Ratso, why it doesn't make any sense for you to be driving me on this trip and me riding. In fact, a number of things come to mind. Okay, sure one. Okay, number one, your hands and your feet, they don't work. Okay, another one. Okay, another one, you don't have a license. Okay, yeah, you can win a prize. I can win a prize. Yep, you get to take me and I drive and you ride and you can get the final answer right. Oh, wait a minute. So I'm not falling for this. If I give you my last three reasons why you shouldn't go with me on this trip, you're going to declare me as the winner, and then you're going to drive, and I'm going to have to ride. That's right. Oh, well, Ratso, I've got to pack. I've got to decide what I'm taking. I already am going with someone else. Tomorrow, I have a friend coming into town. We're going to go in his truck, and he's going to drive, and I'm going to ride. Did you say truck? Yeah, I said truck. He has a big, gigantic truck with gigantic tires. I don't want to drive the truck. You can't drive the truck. He's going to drive the truck. I want to drive the truck. Okay, well, maybe someday he will let you drive the truck, but you can't go on this trip. The car is going to be filled with, the truck's going to be filled with all kinds of stuff and all kinds of equipment, and I've got decisions to go make, and I just can't take you, bud. Okay, I want to go. Well, I know you want to go, but I can't let you go. You're just going to have to stay home. Is that your final answer? Well, we're not still playing the game, are we? Shoot. Okay, my final answer is you can't go on the trip. Okay, well, are you sure? Yeah, I'm very sure. Well, in that case, I'm out of here. Wait, Ratso. Don't go away, ain't Ratso. Oh, man. Out the hole, somewhere in the house. Give me a break. Well, obviously, he overheard my conversation yesterday and thought he could go help me, and I feel really bad now, and I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing to have all this going down live, but I knew something was up when he was out in the car today, in the driveway, driving, like in the driveway. I captured a shot. I put it in a still image tonight. I guess I'm going to have to take Ratso with me on one of these trips. I don't know how I'm going to explain that to my client, but okay, I'm out of character. I hope you guys enjoyed Ratso's appearance tonight and the intro to the trip. And thank you so much. As I'm performing, right? You got things like this coming in. Thank you so much, Joe, for the bravo and for the super chat. Wow, maybe I need to bring Ratso more often. Tony, this is awesome. Yay, Ratso. Thank you for your super chat as well. So Joe, Controlling Technologies, thank you. Tony from Quick Tech Solutions, great channels. Go check them out. Subscribe to them and see what they're doing because they're doing some great things too in their studios. And Joe's really fired it up lately. So very exciting to see what's going on in these channels. So let's back up here a little bit. Again, thank you so much for the super chat. One of these days, I'm going to get the fireworks to go off and have that all set up. But again, welcome to the post show. Ratso was with us and he's gone somewhere, popped through his hole, and he's out of here. So hopefully he will be talking to me later tonight. So let's see. I'm fat. He's a rat. Let's chat. Okay. That's kind of funny. That's from Joe from Controlling Technologies. And I'm not sure if this is intended. I guess his surgery went okay. You're talking about Ratso. Yeah, he still has some minor surgery to do on the corner of his mouth. But I've done some other things with him. I just haven't had any time, guys, to practice. And he is the puppet I'm least familiar with, but he's my favorite. And it took me years to come up with the design. I am going to talk about the design, show you guys some pictures and all that in a future post show. It's on the agenda. I've been getting pushed around because of these new devices coming out, like the Rodecaster Pro version 2. And then having special guests like Matt Elliott, it's kind of pushed me out a little further than I want to go. Lieutenant A.K. Allen, thank you. Fun stuff. Well, you have to like ventriloquism and you have to like rats to enjoy that portion of our live show. So I want to talk just a little bit about and brainstorm with you guys, because here's my dilemma, right? I have an EOS R Canon. I have a Canon 5D Mark IV, this camera right here. EOS R is always watching my back. And then the Canon 5D Mark III, which really was going to be retired with another EOS R. I ordered it on eBay, got an alert from eBay saying that they pulled that ad and I wasn't going to get a camera. That went on for 2 weeks. Finally, 3 weeks in, I got my money back because I did hammer my credit card. I guess it was too good to be true. I've been looking at other cameras. I was looking for something to hang over my desk, so I was even thinking about a Sony ZV-1. But I heard that there's been some issues even with that camera, off and on, different people. So I've been kind of keeping my eyes open. There's this new Canon APC sensor camera, the R7, coming out. It's not inexpensive. It's not super expensive. I can adapt it with the EOS R adapter to my, RF to RF to EF, I think, adapter that I have right here. I bought this for my new ASR that I never got. So I have one of those. So I am kind of thinking about the R7. I'm not really happy with the crop, but the other things that camera does, I think could be really good. So I have, usually when I go on the road, I have travel cases. I usually will pop off the Canon 5D Mark IV. I'm just really comfortable with that camera, especially for photography. I like it. I'm not really into mirrorless cameras for photography, but I am for videography. I love the EOS R with the articulating screen, and I have it articulated all the time right here, so I can make sure the camera is on and focused, even though I have a confidence monitor above camera number 1, which is my EOS R. But now that I have these new tools, the DJI Osmo 5, the Light Chaser Kit by Polar Pro with all of the filters, as well as the shutter button. Again, the DJI microphone, I've traveled with a Rode Blimp, and I have a wireless adapter. I have my little sound devices, MixPre 6, the first version. And so I have those, but I'm really kind of wanting feedback tonight if you guys think I should just really go for shooting with the iPhone. Now, the only stipulation is with this new client, most of it's social media, most of it's 1080p, but we do have a company that we're working with that I was a part of the process of hiring them, and they want me to shoot some stock 4K footage. And so I can shoot 4K in Filmic Pro. I can shoot 4K 30 frames per second on both of my Canon cameras, the EOS R and the Canon 5D Mark IV. no 60p, but I don't really do a lot of fast motion stuff. It would be nice to be able to slow things down in 4K. So shooting 60p and slowing it down to 24 frames per second or even 30 frames per second does give you that milky slow look, and that would be cool as well. But I just like your input because I'm going to be going to 4 locations this week, leaving on Thursday morning to go up towards Eastern Washington, and then heading up to the mid part of the state, and then up towards the Spokane area, then back down to a store here locally. They have 4 locations, and I'm helping them right now for 90 days. And again, I just would love to have your guys' input. I've been traveling with one of my lights. I've been traveling with 2 of my camera cases. I've been traveling with a couple of my scrims that I can use to stop down light or to reflect light. I've been traveling with my Rode blimp and my NTG microphones. I've been traveling with my mobile kit. And so I'd love to have your guys' feedback of your thoughts on what I should take on this trip, besides recommending that I take Ratso. So you should sell tickets to Ratso show. Tony and I will do the tech for it for free and stream to us. Yeah, I mean, if I was rehearsing and I could write a whole script, that was a couple page script. Can I show you guys this? Yeah, I can. So here you go. I don't know why it's doubled right now. That's really weird. Oh, I think I know, off the air. So here's my script I wrote out and just practiced. And this is all on the HybridX shuttle. I can crank this down if I wanted to and go super slow. I mean, I could even go that slow if I wanted to. Obviously, that's going the wrong way. And I could also stop this and cut out of that all the way and go into super source and bring it into super source so you guys can see it. So I'm just using the scroll wheel here. I'm hitting jog and scroll at the same time. And then this is how I was practicing. I would, well, let's bring it down here. I'd start right here, do my introduction, hit play, and I was cranking it down to go as slow as I can get it to go. And so if I wrote a long script and had time to practice it and wasn't fighting a cold, because the back of my throat's really scratchy right now, Ratso's voice kind of uses the back of my throat, so it really irritates my throat. And so, you know, again, the nice thing about rehearsing now in the studio with a camera on me is I can see me, see Ratso, and I could also, by using SuperSource, I could also be reading the script. Now, I do want to get a bigger monitor. That's a 5.5. I really want to go to probably a 9-inch monitor right there. I don't think anything bigger would fit. I have a 7-inch over here, so I can see that better. But for whatever it's worth, I like that idea. Maybe you guys could host and do all the tech for me, and then I would do a routine. Again, I think that would probably end up being on a different channel. Let me know what you guys think. Let's see. The ZV-E10 Sony is back in stock. I have been waiting for it to return. It's scarce but available. Yeah, and I thought about that camera too. It has interchangeable lenses, and now the Canon R7 came out. I was thinking about an R6. So I don't know. R6 being full frame. It's like the APC sensors are coming out now. And so, I mean, I could buy some specific lenses for an APC camera from Canon, but I really want to continue using my EF lenses. I spent a lot of money on that L glass, and I want to use it as long as I possibly can. I mean, I have a 100mm macro L. I have a 50mm 1.2 lens Canon L. The what is it, 24 to 70 2.8. I have the 70 to 200 mil 2.8. I have 85 millimeter 1.2. I have the 16 to 35 f4, and I have the walk around 24 to 105 f4. So lots of Canon L glass, and I want to continue using it. So $100 for an adapter. Pop this on an R6. But again, I would have pulled the trigger on a Sony ZV-1 for my overhead camera, but again, it wasn't available, and the camera we're talking about right now, which is the ZV-E10, wasn't available as well, but it sounds like it's available now, so I may look into that again. Milky, slow look. Never heard it described that way. You know, bokeh, that Oriental word for blurred background. I do like to have that in B-roll because it just draws your attention to the one thing. And so milky slow. I would say use the camera that you are most familiar with. Filmic Pro and iPhone have been used to make major productions made on an iPhone. Yeah. And again, I'm not super good at it yet. I'm way better with my Canon cameras. Shot hours upon hours of video on them, both on tripods, in the studio, handheld. So using my iPhone for live streaming in the past is very normal. I do want to do some lives with it at these locations. So I will definitely be using it to go live using the DJI microphone, lapel microphone. I used to use my Rode Lav Plus microphone. That meant I would be tethered, but I want to go to the DJI. What I do like about the Rode tethered microphones is that I can use my laptop. If I use my laptop, I would probably just use my cam link and stream from my Canon 5D Mark IV like I am right now. So it's just confusing because, again, the advantage of using the Lav mic Plus is I can use the Rodecaster app, the Connect app, and be able to get the nice sounding microphones sounding like this with big bottom in that app on a Mac or on a PC. You can't do that on an iPad or a phone. So, and you can hear that DJI microphone going directly into my A10 Mini Extreme Channel 2 tonight did not sound that great because I'm not running it through a Rodecaster Pro. Now, I will be traveling with my Rodecaster Pro version 1 once the new one gets here, and then I probably will use a laptop, cam link, one camera, DJI microphones, potentially into the input on the Rodecaster Pro version 2, and then using those sound effects with just a generic microphone. So you don't have to just use a Rode mic to get those effects, the effects inside the Rodecaster Pro and the Rodecaster Pro 2 and the Connect application that's free for a PC or a Mac that has that effects in it as well. You don't have to use a Rode microphone. You can use any kind of microphone and use those effects. I really like big bottom, that effect on the SM7B that you see right now. I will be getting rid of the cloud lifter when I get my new Rodecaster Pro version 2 in, but we're waiting to see when that gets here. So lots of money has flowed through this studio. It's a good thing that I have this new client so I can invest in some of these new devices and do videos here on my channel, and continue to build the channel, build my my awareness of these products, because I do recommend some of these mobile products to some of my clients to stream and to do social media as well. So I must have 3 arms. Well, Ratso is this arm. I have my, can I show you this? I can, if I want to. The question is, do I want to? Because we don't like this camera, but I'm going to anyway. So here it is. So left-handed, I can scroll right here and just touch it. So I was watching the camera, moving the teleprompter, practicing, and all of that I continue to leave that key on the air, and that's why things get covered. So again, one arm Ratso, this arm running the hyperdeck, microphone is on a stand, the camera is on a stand, so practicing is not that difficult. Now doing it live and using a teleprompter is very difficult, so I didn't try to use the teleprompter. I want the confidence monitor to help me focus on Ratso. And one of the biggest challenges when you're practicing looking at a camera all the time is to remember to look at the puppet when you're having a conversation with Ratso, and that's been a challenge. So I need to continue to practice without a camera and then also practice with the camera. And that's this question right here that I was answering from Lieutenant A.K. Allen. Okay, Tony, definitely do these gigs with the gear you have. You'll get a decent 4K out of the iPhone Pro. If you think you'll be doing more work of this nature, then I can see making an investment. Yeah, well, there's already talk about me going beyond 90 days with this client, and it brings in some of my previous expertise as well as my social media. I want to set them up eventually to do some podcasts, as well as set them up to do some live streaming. I'm going to be training a couple employees at each store over a period of time, it looks like, to use their smartphones for social media. We literally posted some pictures I did on my account on their Google business account. And yesterday we got an alert that those pictures I posted, most of them over a week ago, had over 500,000 views. Now, that doesn't mean they clicked on the photograph. That doesn't even mean they watched or looked at the photograph for more than seconds, but that's huge. 500,000 views in less than a week from those photographs. In fact, the guy I took this client with, who's doing a whole nother role, for the whole year at least, where I'm only doing 90 days guaranteed, he called me up and said, is this true? 500,000? Because I sent him a clip, and true enough, 500,000 hits. So if you're not using photographs on your Google business page, or posting photographs, or getting people to review your channels or review what you do for business on your Google business page, you are missing an opportunity, because the Google algorithm is serving up information every time someone searches for what you do. Google will serve up photographs, and the more photographs that you have from other people, and remember, I posted these under my account, which I do for my clients because it has greater influence than just posting as the client. So you want to post both ways, by the client as well as have other people post photographs. And so that's one of the things that I'm training them to do. And that's why I'm taking photographs, and I'm doing videos as well. In fact, I did a drive-up video for them that's on their Facebook right now. If you'd like to see that video, I'd be happy to send you a link. Just go into lifejourneyproductions.com. If you haven't already subscribed and have my email, then subscribe. I will get your email, and then we'll start emailing back and forth, and I'll send you a link to that. I'm not here to promote that client or that product. I'm here to promote Life Journey Production Studios, but I would be happy to show you that video, all shot on my iPhone 13 Pro, as well as filters and the DJI Osmo. So thank you for your input. The grill is great. My friend's coming in tomorrow, and we're going to do Mongolian on the grill. Might do some fried rice again. Absolutely having a blast having that grill on my back patio, even though the weather has been kind of interesting. I wanted to say janky, but it's been very interesting weather as of late. I can't really say that I'm a Canon man, because I started with a Panasonic camera. I just bought my first Canon, and then bought my Canon 5D Mark III, and then I bought a bunch of glass. I had sold my recording studio a lot of my recording studio equipment over a period of time. And so I would sell something and then buy a lens, and then sell something else and buy a lens. And plus, at the time, I had a job where we would get resources back from the manufacturer for selling their product. And I could use that money, kind of mad money, to buy lenses as well. But I got to tell you, I've been very enticed to jump into the Sony camp. I've also been installing cameras of different brands because there's some really good cameras out there, even 4K, for under $1,000. But I seem to stay in that Canon camp mainly because of all of these lenses that I have. And again, L lens there, L lens there, L lens there, and I still have those other Canon lenses. But I haven't been really impressed with what Canon's done lately with the R6 and R7 overheating. That's been very disappointing to me. And so I've been really keeping my eyes open for what's next, and considering even possibly a Blackmagic 6K Pro for shooting some of this 4K footage and shooting it raw. So we'll see. I love the Obi-Wan Kenobi series so far. It's been kind of slow, but I did hear this week that when the real Anakin played Darth Vader, all the employees, everybody that was working came running in to see Christian Anderson. I forget his name exactly. I apologize. Hayden Christensen, I think, playing Darth Vader for what would be the second time, because he did get put away into that after he and Obi-Wan Kenobi fought before. So, yeah, tomorrow night's version 4, I have been enjoying that. Okay, hope you get right back, Lieutenant A.K. Allen. I use the Sony A7R3 with 2 G-Master lenses. That is great stuff. Actually looked at that camera and considered buying it, and the glass is good glass, and Sony has a little different color, but they have some really, really great autofocus and lighter weight cameras than a lot of the Canon cameras. To be honest with you, it's like Canon cameras are paperweights. They're heavy. That's why that little ZV-1, for what you can get out of it, was very enticing to me, to be on a friction arm right above my desk instead of my L glass, my 16 to 35, and my Canon 5D Mark III. That's a pretty heavy setup. So you can hear my throat starting to go. Right now, we're getting very close to wrapping this up because I'm having a hard time. But any other thoughts on what I should take on this trip? And your thoughts on shooting log on Filmic Pro on an iPhone. Have you tried it? Are you going to get that free LUT and try it? Do you use Adobe Premiere? You could also use that LUT in Final Cut. You could use those LUTs also in, because there's a Mac version, you could use it in other software like DaVinci Resolve as well. But I would be interested to see if you're going to try getting out of your iPhone 13 Pro or Pro Max the absolute best video footage that it can shoot. So let me know. Yeah, I do have a, what's going on here? I do have a surge protector and a little power strip I take with me. So when I'm in a hotel, I can plug it in the wall. So I have that kit. Lots of USB to USB-C cables, a lot to the other micro. I even have them plugged in here. This is USB-C. This is that little micro USB-C. I have lots of things in my studio that need to be charged by these, so they're hanging off of my PC right here. I always keep this handy. This is my Joby phone mount. This is the broken one, my older version, so I keep it here on a ball head, and this is perfect for being able to set my camera down. So I even thought about taking this puppy with me. Let's do this real quick. Turn this off for a second. Did I lock it? No, I didn't lock it. Why aren't you moving? I even thought about taking this with me. That is my Skycam that I used in my intros for the live show. That's the face cam by Elgato. It doesn't have any focusing, so if you're this far away, it's a pretty good camera. It's crystal clear. It shoots at 1920 by 1080p. I can plug it right in my laptop and go live and not have to use a Cam Link or the Canon 5D Mark IV, the EOS R. So I was really thinking about the possibility of doing that for live events. And that would be more like interviews and like a podcast and video and audio. So thinking about that as well. And I have that plugged into my A10 Mini Pro, as well as OBS is where that camera's coming in, and I can turn the camera off and chat back on. So then I can bring the chat back on the air like that. So using Aaron Parecki's Google Chrome plugin and bringing that into, popping out the chat, bringing that into OBS, and then displaying OBS full screen, and then bringing that on with the key using a macro on and off in Mix Effects. I could also run that macro from the control software. So, okay, I've had that on there long enough. Thank you guys so much for super chats. Thank you so much for pushing me. Continue to bring Ratso out. He is a lot of fun, and he would go on the trip with me if I let him, and he would cause problems. So keep that in mind, and I'll let you know if I find him. Again, he can run through little holes all through the house, only like a rat can. So thank you guys so much for joining me for the live show. Thank you so much for those of you that joined me to the post show. If you're watching this recorded, that's just a little bit about this trip I'm taking. Again, working with a dealership, actually working with 4 stores, all the same dealership for the next 90 days, about 75 days left, and helping them with social media, with photography, with video, online videos, helping them with some culture, helping them with some training, actually, and then even referring some friends that have either retired or coming out of retirement or have been looking for move up opportunities. So it's been a lot of fun, and I'm getting to do it with one of my good friends who invited me in the first place. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I still have other clients that I'm helping here in the studio and doing some mentoring right here in the studio for live streaming, things like that. And I thoroughly enjoy that as well. And so that keeps me pretty busy. And then I guess I get to be a ventriloquist part of the time as well. So that takes some investment. So, okay, I am going to say yes to that. Get rest. Give Ratso from Cheese for his performance tonight and a high five. I have to move his hand because they don't work very well. So, okay, well, that's it for tonight's post show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining me, for liking and subscribing, as well as being a part of these weekly live streams. It really does mean a lot to me. And I am looking forward to that Zoom event. So if you haven't gone to my webpage yet to subscribe and at least send me an email, those are the people that have done that I've been communicating through email. And I won't bug you. I don't send out mass emails. I don't have any products right now. But I do want to invite a bunch of people to a Zoom night. So where we all be in a Zoom face-to-face, and that would be a lot more fun. So I'll probably go live to introduce that event, let people register over a few minutes, send them invites, and then have a giant Zoom night, and probably need some help moderating that as well. So I hope you guys will subscribe to my website so that we can exchange some emails. Some of you already have, and that's a lot of fun just to stay in touch with you, and also maybe possibly even do a Zoom call to get better acquainted. So, okay, I'm Keith. This is Life Journey Production Studios. Ratso, Keith, we're out. We'll see you next week. And hopefully I will have some new videos very, very, very soon to upload on the DJI mic, on the Osmo 5, as well as the Light Chaser products by Polar Pro. And you guys can even see me color correct some raw footage, C-log or log footage right from my iPhone. So until then, I will see you in the next video. Outro, post show, press now.